curious about whether or not the show has turned out to be what you thought it was going to be when you signed up.
I just really find that it is a much richer production than I expected that it would be based on what I read. I love it.
This venue is perfect for this play, I believe, because the centerpiece being the table and everyone around it. So it's almost as if the audience is sitting around.
But there was
this
an
table.
initial concern about that.
There was.
That it was not proscenium. Now it has evolved into something that's perfect
Yes.
for our so-called circle in the round.
What's been the hardest thing for you?
Playing little kids.
Playing 6 or 7 different, playing a little kid?
Playing teenage girls.
6 or, but you do the teenagers really well.
This is basically 18 one-act plays. And each one of them really forces you to get into a different character with an entirely different stream of thought and discussion. And I found that to be very, very challenging.
If you're in a play and you're one character throughout, you take some of the elements of that character home with you. Have you ever noticed that? You'll say some of the same
yes.
things and you'll act the same way. So we must all be like multiple personalities now when we go on.
Civil.
I think this is going to be a very interesting experience for the audience.
Yes.
Because you usually get involved and more involved and more involved. And this cuts you off, but I found as reading it that immediately you're involved in the next scene, and then you make a break and you go on to the next scene and you get involved in that. And it's going to be quite an experience for somebody watching this play. I'm very anxious to see the reaction.
The one constancy in the entire play is this, the table. And all of these fantastic actors are supporting cast to a table. We have, 54 different roles by 8 actors, any of whom could be leads in any cast, and yet there are no leads. We are all supporting cast to a table.
The differences in the levels of emotion here. We go between scenes that are children at a birthday party to a woman who is having problems with dementia.
There are some scenes here that are so poignant,
Heart-wrenching.
so true to life, so poignant that we've seen some of these scenes 50 times. And I know there are certain scenes here, and you know which one I'm speaking of. We all kind of tear up when we see it again.
When I put the audition notice out and I asked for only experienced actors, I didn't know what I was going to get. And I feel as though we're blessed to have all of you, because the experiences that you bring to this show are going to make this production for an audience exceptional, I think.